Hi guys, today we're taking a look at the new Forza Motorsport and testing it out with the Logitech G29 and the Logitech G923 racing wheels, together with the driving force shifter to see how it feels when racing and whether true force works with the Logitech G923 and if there's any added benefit in having it. I'll be testing on my PC as these wheels don't work on an Xbox since they're both PC and PlayStation compatible. Details for all the items I'll be showing in today's video are in the description below, including purchasing links. But before I begin, if you're new to the channel, hope you can support me by subscribing and hitting the bell icon to get notified of my next release. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. I've got the premium edition of Forza Motorsport, which retails for £89.99, and this includes the full game plus the race day car pack, the car pass, which gives 30 cars delivered to your game weekly, that's one per week, the VIP membership and the welcome pack, plus you get 5 days early access to the game. Let's begin with testing the Logitech G29 and driving force shifter. I've got it set up on my PlaySeat Challenge X Logitech G edition, which is the latest foldable racing seat from PlaySeat. I've connected the G29 to my Asus ROG Strix G16 gaming laptop, which has an i7 processor and an RTX 4080 graphics card. The game took most of the day to install and takes up 119 gigs of storage. And for this to work, you'll need to install the Logitech G Hub software. First, check if there are any firmware updates available for your Logitech wheel, and you can do this via the Logitech G Hub software. Just start it up and check if there's an update necessary. The update only takes a few minutes to do, and I definitely recommend doing this as I've experienced some odd behavior on the G920 and the G923 with the shifter on my Xbox Series X. So updating the firmware will ensure you have the latest bug fixes and any enhancements for the wheel. When you first connect the Logitech G29 to the laptop via the USB cable, the wheel goes through the calibration process, and once it finishes, you can start up the game. Let me go into free play and start up a test drive with the Audi RS3 on Grand Oak Raceway with the transmission set to manual with clutch. So let's test this out. The wheel seems to be working fine, as you can see. I'm turning the wheel and it matches up with what you're seeing on the screen, but it only covers 180 degrees in the cockpit view. If you turn it further, you don't see anything further happening on the screen. Paddle shifters are working fine, shifting up and down through the gears, and this change is represented on the screen, as you can see. Next, onto the pedals, the accelerator is working as expected. When you press down, you can see the blue indicator moving on the screen at the same time, showing a progressive motion on how much the accelerator has been pressed. Similarly for the brake too, where the further you press, the red indicator on the screen moves accordingly. There's not an indicator for the clutch, but this is used in conjunction when shifting and only applied if you set the transmission to manual with clutch, and if you didn't want to use it, set the transmission to manual. And as you can see here, I'm shifting through the gears and it's working perfectly with the gear change shown on the screen. So let's do a test drive and test out the Logitech G29, and it feels good with the wheel, pedals and shifter being quite responsive, but there is a subtle lag when I turn the wheel with what's being shown on the screen. But racing performance is fine and you get a good amount of feedback from the wheel, with it providing 2.2 Newton meters of torque. Internally, the wheelbase uses a combination of gears and cogs to provide feedback, so it's no surprise that the experience is a little bit notchy and noisy. But it works pretty well. You feel the track as you're driving along, with any bumps or knocks feeling good from the experience. Now I've got the transmission set to manual with clutch, and you're able to use the shifter or paddle shifters in this mode. And just to note, you can change gears in this mode without pressing the clutch, without it making any major difference on the car. So this may be more car dependent, I think. The rev indicators don't work, which is a real shame. Now flipping over the transmission to manual, and this is where you don't have to use the clutch, and this works perfectly with the shifter and the paddle shifters. Next, on to testing the Logitech G923, and remember there's two versions of this, one for an Xbox and the other for a PlayStation. So I've got the PlayStation version here, and I'd say it was given a bit more feedback from the wheel, with it being much noisier than the G29. Have a listen to the G29 first, and now have a listen to the G923. The G923 felt like it gave slightly more detail from the track and going around corners and driving on different surfaces. The experience is slightly more enhanced than the G29, but to the extent where it feels even more notchy than the G29. I was initially thinking this was True Force, but looking in settings, advanced options, there was no direct option for controlling the True Force, like there would be for most games with True Force support. So I'd say the game doesn't support True Force, and it was good to see the rev counters working on the G923. Now, the major advantage of using a PC over a console is the ability to use an ultra-wide monitor or even multiple monitors, which I can confirm work perfectly in Forza Motorsport, which is excellent news. So in summary, both the Logitech G29 and the G923 with driving force shifter works perfectly on Forza Motorsport. The G923 felt like it gave a slightly enhanced experience, but there's no True Force support, which is a bit of a shame. And to be honest, it's a bit of a surprise too. But nevertheless, the wheel gives a much better experience than playing on a standard controller, adding to the whole immersive driving experience. So there you have it, you come to the end of another video, and I hope it's helped anyone wondering if the new Forza Motorsport works with the Logitech G29 and G923 racing wheels. Details for all the items I mentioned in today's video are in the description below, including purchasing links. And if you have any questions on this, let me know in the comments below. For those of you who got to the end of this video, please leave a comment with Forza G29, as it's nice to see who's got to the end of my video, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You can follow me on my socials. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to be notified of my next release. Thanks for viewing, and see you in the next one.